guys, it's Morgan and To The Point Equestrian. Today I'm going to make my first training vlog. I had hoped to have this video up a couple of weeks ago, but I wanted to have more footage of my horse and I working, so that this video wouldn't just be me yakking at the camera. But as it turns out, multitasking when you're horse training is quite difficult. I found that I was either doing a really good job of paying attention to my horse, or a really good job of videoing, but I couldn't get both at the same time. So I was getting either poor quality video or really good quality work out of my horse and no video whatsoever. Until I get better at that, it's going to be a lot of me yakking. The other reason why I kind of waited is because we haven't done a ton this winter. Eureka's last start was at the tail end of September, and she had quite a few starts. She had 45. So I wanted to make sure that she had time to rest. Her muscles when she got to me were like rock hard. She was like a bronze statue. And I wanted time for all that to soften. And I've got video of her on a lunge line from the week that I got her. And then I've got a couple videos in between then, and then the last video is from today, and you can see the way that she moves changes quite a bit. She was a plain mover when I met her, and that was totally fine. But lately you can really see the movement in her shoulders get kind of floaty, and you can see that she is benefiting from having a pretty light winter. Good girl. And whoa. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Whoa. Good girl. Ready? Canter. Good girl. Good girl. And trot. Whoa. Good. Whoa. Good girl. Last month, we trailered Eureka to a free jumping clinic in Davidsonville. It was about a 30-minute trailer ride. Took her by herself, weren't sure how she was going to handle the trip, what she was going to be like in a new environment. It was the first time that she was ever in an indoor riding arena, and she took it all like a champ. We didn't jump super high. She probably got to 2.6 or 2.9, but she took everything in stride. She was very brave. I think she went through and hit a couple jumps once, and then the next time she went through, she didn't back off. She just jumped bigger, which is apparently what you want. Come on, Eureka. Yeah! And now that it's March, I am spending more time in the saddle, which is exciting, but it's also not going according to plan, which is, you know, it was going to happen eventually. Something was going to be harder than I thought. What surprises me about Eureka is that she's very confident on the ground. She's not spooky at all in terms of things in her environment bugging her. She's very in your pocket, very cuddly. So she's also great at the mounting block. She's got good manners, stands still, doesn't get nervous about my legs swinging over. But dismounting is not so good. I've fallen off of her once, and it was dismounting. We had a nice, quiet, uneventful ride. I stopped her, I pulled my feet out of the stirrups, she stood perfectly still, and as soon as I leaned forward like this much to start dismounting, she bolted on me, and I was already kind of in a compromising position. I couldn't really help myself, and I ended up falling backwards. And it was just so surprising. I kind of was thinking that a horse would be like, oh, thank God this lady's getting off my back. Didn't occur to me that that would be so scary. So Eureka has a lot of apprehension about the rider. Like I said, she's not really worried about things in her environment. One day I was riding and a fox came running through the ring. It was like the biggest fox I've ever seen in my life. And I thought to myself, this is it. This is how I die. But she didn't care. She was totally fine. She kind of looked at it, poked an ear at it, but wasn't nervous. What does freak her out is things that I do. So if I take my hand off the rein and itch my nose or adjust my glasses or reposition my foot in my stirrup, that freaks her out. Sometimes she scoots sideways, sometimes she runs forward, but when she does spook, I can feel her heart like drop, and it's really sad. Like, it's a really genuine, sincere spook, and it seems like a really stressful way. Like, I feel bad for how stressed out she is under saddle, and I was thinking to myself that, you know, we're just gonna walk around until this isn't scary anymore and until she relaxes. But after a couple of weeks, it became pretty apparent that that was not gonna work for her. I think that because her racing career was so long, and that she had such a regimented life for so long, she knew exactly what was expected of her every day. I think it's hit her hard, like hit her in the self-esteem pretty hard, that now she's got this new job that she doesn't understand at all. And I've found that she is a lot more comfortable and confident when I'm asking her to do things. You know, like when I'm giving her aids, asking for like a baby leg yield or something. So as much as I wanted to be able to kind of walk, trot, and canter somewhat normally before I went for training with my dressage trainer, I think that the right thing to do is to just start taking lessons and getting coaching. One of the things that stresses me out is knowing that the rider scares her. So I'm nervous to do much more than a walk right now because I don't want to lose my balance and like flail, because I think that's probably the worst thing in her mind. The worst thing the rider can do is flail. So I think I need coaching. I think I need help. I'm a little bit in over my head, but ultimately that's okay. I feel like I've owned a horse in the past. I had a Thoroughbred, but I feel in this moment like I don't know anything about horses, and that's, you know, kind of frustrating and sobering, but that's the whole thing about them, is that they humble you. So this past weekend I had my friend Victoria from Sky's the Limit Equine Therapy come out. She does massage as well as Beamer, which I should have brushed up on before I made this video, but it's got something to do with the way oxygen flows through cells throughout the body. And it's pretty cool. Eureka seems to really love it. She was yawning up a storm within a couple of minutes. of the machine being on her back. There you go.
You're such a good girl. She's like super beamer candidate.
Yeah, I think she appreciates this.
You're so pretty.
I had been a little bit concerned. She had some soreness on the right side of her body, and I wasn't sure if it was a mare thing, an ulcer thing, a body soreness thing from work. So I wanted to get Victoria out and help her. I'm also, at the end of the month, going to move to a different barn. The care was great for my old horse, but I think that Eureka needs a little bit more turnout. And I want to be in a barn environment where there are other people who ride, and people who make me a little bit more confident. At the barn that I'm at right now, it's largely retired horses, and I just get really lonely there. The barn that I'm going to is managed by a friend of mine who was an exercise rider at buoy training facility for 10 years, and she just makes me feel like I can do this, like I can handle my horse, like I'm not in over my head, like I'm a competent horsewoman, and I just, right now I need that kind of support. Another benefit to the new barn is that it is right around the corner from a couple of other trainers that can help me out. So instead of having to haul 30 minutes from Crownsville to Davidsonville, I could hopefully have a couple people come to me and help me out. So that'll make my life a little bit easier in terms of being in a consistent program, which is what we need right now. I'm also going to do a month of ulcer treatment, and I'm going to add a Mare Magic raspberry leaf type supplement to her feed. I'm not expecting these things to turn her into an easy to ride deadhead kind of horse. I just think that the way that she startles is indicative that she's really stressed out, and anything I can do to kind of take that edge off, I should be doing. So I'm going to update you guys again when we move to the new barn in a couple of weeks. I'm hoping that, you know, the turnout situation is going to make her happier, and that I'll have good things to report. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.